Hello and welcome to the Sports Pitch Podcast, the NRL Grand Final review. Some would say one of the greatest grand finals to ever actually happen.
It's pretty good.
It was alright. Wasn't the best.
Did you go for the Broncos?
No. Do I what?
Did you go for the Broncos in that game?
I didn't mind. I told Ali I don't mind if Panthers win. I don't care, bro. I just wanted to see a good game. And we saw a good game.
It was a cracker game.
Saw an amazing game.
Cracker game. All right, before we get into it, welcome back.
Thanks, mate.
All right. For those who don't know, Khaled is covering for Maui while he's gone on holiday. So, Maui, if you do watch this, enjoy your holiday. How's the week been so far?
It's been alright, man. Been alright. Been pretty hot. Summer's back.
It's crazy.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're filming at what, 6? And I'm sweating.
It's hot. It is hot.
I think we should all record our shirts off.
Give me and Khaled a few months. And then
I don't mind. Why? Why?
Give me a few months. I'm insecure.
I'm right. I'm ready. I just lasered too.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you have. Really, his arms look nice.
Yeah.
Wow, silk. Oh,
Yeah.
they feel good.
Hey, thanks you for arms for us.
Thanks for the camera.
Cuz go.
Just make him feel.
What about you, Bill?
Yeah, nice weekend. Went to the beach.
Yeah.
Blah blah. But
Blah,
watch
blah, blah.
a nice grand final.
It was a good grand final.
Beautiful.
I was
grand
very happy with the winning team.
Well, you called it in our prediction last week. You were the one that got close. You're the only one that said out of me and Maui that Penrith would win. And
But,
you did predict a close game.
Yeah, but we all said 8 points.
Yeah, but did you think there was going to be 50 points scored in
No,
that game? Is a
no
question
chance.
posed to both of you.
Wow. High scoring game.
No
50
chance.
points.
No way. It was either Penrith's going to dominate or Broncos were just going to pull up an upset.
I think it was last week. What? So
I thought it was honestly maybe 30 max, and that's max. Like 20
It's-
to 10.
Especially these days, man. You don't see high scoring games. Not these days. You don't.
no,
these days?
there's not a lot.
No, you don't. No, I'm talking about in the big
Like
games.
the close games.
In the big games, you don't see.
Not high scoring.
I feel like this final series itself was the biggest scoring final.
No,
series
but
ever.
everyone got thumped. There was no close games in this finals.
That's what I meant.
That's what he's trying to
Okay.
say. Like, is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Well, that's what I mean. Okay, like this finals, everyone got thumped, and we got to the grand final. The two teams who, at the end of the regular season,
From the start to the end.
100%, and they delivered. What a
Yeah,
game!
What a game.
What a game! All right, so we're gonna go through it all, talk about everything that happened, play by play, anything that I thought was, worth talking about. I wrote it down, and then we'll break it down. So game starts. Second set for Penrith. Leota takes a hit up, and when I seen this, I'm like, bro, Penrith are gonna pump
Yeah, that's
the
We said that
Broncos.
together. We watched it
Yes.
together.
Leota takes a hit up, and who does he bump off out of all players?
Probably the
Puts
best
him
defender
on
in the
his
game right
ass.
now.
Best defender, hardest worker in the game.
100%. And one-on-one runs straight at him, picks him out, runs straight at him, puts him on his ass. I've never seen Carrigan get put on his ass.
Never, no.
Right now. Asserted dominance from the beginning,
Crazy.
which we thought was going to be dominant.
Yeah,
I was the same. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, but if you're dropping Carrigan,
there's nothing-
it's not a good sign.
we were saying this is going to be one in the forwards,
Yeah.
all right?
And that itself.
And I'm sure you would have said the same thing,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
always going to be a forwards game.
100%. Broncos came into the game once Leota and Fisher Harris were off. Literally, it opened up.
They found their feet. Man.
It opened up, and then they came back on because Ivan Cleary threw him straight back in, and well, all right.
Especially Leota.
Leota, that was his best game I've ever seen him play.
Wow.
Honestly.
Because, like you said, I know we're going to talk about it, when Lindsay Smith came on, bro, poor defense.
100%.
The whole year he's played well. I'm going to
Yeah.
give it to him. He did stuff up big
For a
time.
minute, I didn't know who that was.
Lindsay
But I
Smith.
asked you, I go, who
He
is
looks
that?
like
the
Zach
guy-
Hosking, that's
yeah.
why.
Yeah, I was very confused. But sorry, last grand final, Leota also did dominate. You guys remember?
They
The
dominate.
Panthers started.
No,
off-
Moses Leota himself did dominate.
That was the best
It's a
performance I've
starting
seen him
force.
play.
Yeah, would
By
have been,
far.
yeah, it would be, especially in this circumstance. What happened?
100%.
It was definitely
Crazy, all right? So that was the first thing that happened, all right? First error came from the Broncos. Herbie Farnworth drops the ball, giving Penrith great field position. All right, it was just the one where literally got tackled, drops the ball. Broncos defense holds out to Penrith until last tackle on a perfect flick from Cleary. Staggs catches the ball. He ran from... So this is the one where Cleary puts that pinpoint right in front of the line. Staggs catches it, runs back into the in goal, and then makes a cracker run where he runs 20 meters.
No one get a hand to him.
Bro, the Penrith backs, the Broncos backs,
Because what a game.
they carried. They carried
Especially
so hard.
Arthur's.
Arthur's.
Especially.
I thought he was the weak link.
Who
Wow,
else
bro.
was it?
Apparently, he was
Wow.
the best.
He was the best.
Tunga was the weakest link in this game.
Yeah, Isaac Tung.
They did. They were,
Out of all the backs,
Yeah.
Out of all the backs, it was
Yes,
Tunga,
okay,
100%.
Tunga. I wouldn't say he's a weak link, but out of all the backs,
He was the weakest out of them.
he was the worst one. It was the worst game for him. Still a good game, but you know, you're comparing him to To'o, who ran for more than 100 meters. Arthur's, Cobbo,
But
Stags.
yeah, but if you think of a certain someone who scored a hat trick, it was all on his side as
It
well.
was on the
Yes.
side. Between him and Cleary.
and no, it was between.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
him and
Cleary got
that's
split
right.
up so many times.
Yeah, yeah,
Got
yeah.
made up for it anyway.
That's
but
right. All right, and we're going to talk about that. Right, so, and it was pretty close. Right, it was like 16 minutes before the first try. Right, and the Billy Walters kick to get that 40-20.
I remember the error rate.
Errors was through the roof.
Because
No,
Broncos-
it was more
Broncos at
Broncos.
one stage,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
for like
Broncos
4 out of
looked
10 was it?
staggered from
Something like that?
from the start.
I'm
Five out of 10.
gonna jump ahead. Right, errors in the first half. Penrith 1, Broncos 8.
there you go. And that was the first 20 minutes, sort of.
Right?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been that close.
They gave him
no way.
Penrith had so much possession and so much territory.
Yeah.
But
They
that,
played-
that Broncos defense.
Unbelievable. They played that game in their half, all right? So he kicks the 40-20, and then that was their first opportunity. He goes out to Arthur's side, then he slips and slides out.
Yeah.
After that, it was literally all Penrith up until the 16th minute. Penrith forced a dropout. Cleary what's his name?
Adam Reynolds. goes
Adam
short.
Reynolds goes short. Farnworth jumps up, bang, grabs it lovely, pushes it back, straight into the hands of Mitch Kenny. Scores untouched.
Easiest try ever.
That was his first try of the season.
Yeah. Mitch Kenny, man.
Mitch Kenny. All right. First try of the season. Literally came off Adam Reynolds trying something with a drop kick. And when that whole game was done, you look back at it.
It's a difference.
But yeah, that's the difference, right? But his dropouts in general were the difference.
Yeah.
The first try he gave to Penrith, and the 2 points that actually ended up winning them the game was kick out on the full.
Yeah.
Look, two things I don't get. Farnsworth could have caught that easily.
Should have caught it.
Easily. But I understand the tap
Yeah.
back. Everyone does it. Who's usually back there? It should be the fullback at least. Minimum, it should be the fullback.
They should have something set
Someone
up.
there. Yeah, someone is meant to be there. You've got Reece Walsh sitting under the post still.
Yeah.
And everyone's up.
Everyone was up. Everyone was past the ball.
Like Reece Walsh's positioning this game was dog
He had
shit.
the
Yeah.
weirdest
Dog
game of his
shit.
It
life.
was. It was very. It
His
was
positioning
very
was fucked.
He had
Very bad.
Yeah, that was one of the most. That was weird, man.
He ran.
The
Reece
build-up-
Walsh
Yeah.
ran for less than 100 meters.
Yeah, he ran for 93 meters.
That's crazy.
You know what Dylan Edwards ran for?
Yeah, like 200 something.
252?
298.
98?
Was it 98?
I don't know.
So Reece Walsh was
Free
98, I'm pretty sure, and Elijah
That's insane. Reece Walsh built up crazy games up until now, and then that just happened to him.
He
But
disappeared.
it happened to the best of them.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
we said
happens
it
a
on the
lot.
podcast, bro. He's still a kid.
Yeah.
New to a grand final.
This is what happened to the Panthers 4 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so 6-0 after 18 minutes, and then 25th minute, Jesse Arthurs makes one of his breaks. I think he made 3 that game.
If
Makes-
not more.
I'm sure he made
If
more,
not
but-
It was unbelievable, right? Makes a break, and then the Broncos hit a black line play, goes to Reynolds, who then passes to Walsh, and he drops it. Now, I'm talking about this because this is where Reynolds was down and he's holding his hip.
Yeah.
And everyone went, oh, shit.
Here we go.
Andrew Johnson says he tore his groin.
Straight
Doctor,
away, made a
apparently.
medical
Because
assessment.
they're all
Straight
saying
away.
things. One said hip gone outside and groin. And
Mate, with Reynolds, you don't know.
Yeah, but it looked a lot worse than what it actually was.
Because
he
Reynolds do the splits and grab his shoulder. Like, I tell you.
he done the splits, and then it was like, shit, is he going to be all right? Because if Reynolds came off, that was game over.
Yeah.
That was done.
100%.
All right. But he got up and continued on. All right, 28 minutes in, Penrith forced a dropout. The ball goes bouncing and kicked off the floor. So, who was it that kicked it? So, it was when the ball was bouncing on the floor and all the Penrith players, Broncos players are running at it, and then someone kicks it off the floor. It lands with Reece Walsh. This is when I told you, he just ran 30 metres sideways.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who kicked the ball off the ground? I can't remember. It was a forward. But it's always Penrith. It's always Penrith reacting.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. Even when they were down by that much, it was like they were I've never seen a team go down 16 points and they act like they're the one in charge of the game.
They're still playing structure.
Yeah,
still.
but it was like we're
And
in
it
charge of the
burns me,
game.
bro. It
We're
burns
controlling
me.
the pace.
Throw the ball, cuz. Do
16
something.
minutes.
Did you see how chill their halfback
That's
was?
what- we'll talk about him when we
We'll
get to him.
We'll get to him.
I'm
That was
in
unbelievable.
awe.
Yeah, I know.
honestly.
We're talking about it. All right. Anyway, Reece Walsh picks it up, runs 30 metres sideways instead of just trying to find the ground. They pick him up, push him into the end goal. And all of this, right, towards the end of the game, you see Broncos were thrashed. 100% that first half had so much to do with
Of
it.
course.
Because they got pumped. Absolutely pumped. The scoreline didn't show it, but fatigue-wise, towards the end of the game, they were rattled because of that. What happened to him in the first half. He gets swarmed by all these Penrith players. They push him back into the end goal. Again, drop out from Reynolds, and this is where he kicks it out on the full. Oh, this is the one where he kicks it out on the full and it doesn't go 10. He tried to go short.
Yeah. And they checked it so that Cleary's foot was...
No, that's a different one.
That's
So
second.
he fucked up with like 4 dropouts.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the first one in the first half. He kicks it high and it doesn't make a 10.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he goes out on the full. Cleary takes the 2. Little do you know it, them 2 points were the difference at the end of the day. 8-0 Penrith lead. And at this point, it was all Penrith. Every time Broncos got the ball, error. The only player at this point of the game that was like looked like he was trying, right, to not fucking drop the ball was Payne Haas and Jesse Arthurs. At this point of the game, that was it. Broncos get a penalty for a flop, and then the Broncos work through what was a great set, right? They spread right, they spread left, and every time it looked like they might score. And then on last, Smoothie picks it up, runs out of dummy half, short ball to Flegler, who we joked about last week. To score a try.
It was a simple crash play and it worked.
Simple crash play, but it was all the work before it that got him there.
That's right.
Because they stretched him to the right, they stretched him to the left. Flegler goes in and scores under the post. Halftime ended 8-6.
They are very lucky they scored that time.
Of course, very lucky.
Because Broncos were so tired.
They were hammered.
But you know
They
what?
needed that.
Honestly, without the mistakes we're talking about, they deserve that try. To defend Penrith, for, like, what was it, 6-7 sets, whatever it was.
unbelievable.
Like, I talk shit. Like, I always said, Broncos' attack's amazing. They're going to score points. But their defense is dog shit. They held out the best team in the comp for, what, 20 minutes? Whatever it was.
It was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Penrith they tried everything.
It was
Bro,
16 minutes for their first try. The only try they scored, remember, was off
off
that kick.
It was a shit try, yeah.
Like, if that never happened, if he went long, we don't even know. Would they stay on nil? They defended unbelievably well. But like I'm saying, they made way too much. It was too much work.
Too much energy gone in
100% in one half. Because you have another half coming, right? Anyway, so halftime stats, 55% possession to Penrith, 45% to Broncos. The territory stats was like 76%.
Yeah, 100%.
That's unbelievable.
And the score was only 8-6, bro.
8-6. Unbelievable.
Somehow.
After seeing that, I'm like, the game will sway. When I was watching, I'm like, this game is going to sway and Broncos are going to win. Because there's no way with all of this position, Penrith are only leading 8-6. In my whole equation, I forgot Nathan Cleary.
And we've seen it
exists.
before. We've seen it before.
100% it happens.
The best teams, when they have that possession, they're not scoring, they lose.
Yeah, 100% it happens, all
And
right?
so before we move on, up until halftime, Reece Walsh has done nothing.
Nothing.
No, it looked worrying. Very
Nothing.
worrying.
The only thing he done was that 30-meter run sideways.
Yeah.
That was
that's
it.
And it done
And
nothing.
you got clean for it.
That's it, yeah.
And just before they started, I remember watching, I was listening to Billy Slater, one of his podcasts, and he said, if Broncos are going to win, Reece Walsh has got to carry the ball more than 5 times in the first 15 minutes. 20 minutes went by and he only had 2 carries. And we're like, you know what? That's worrying.
We said it here. If the Broncos are going to win, go watch and replay last week's episode, the preview. If the Broncos are going to win, it's all off Reece Walsh's running game. Not his passing. Don't pass the ball, just focus on your running. He done none of it.
First 40 minutes was so flat.
Very, very bad. I don't know, was it the occasion? Was it the fact he was in the media the whole week? I have no idea. But for someone who we've seen him stand up in Origin, right, which is, you know, a higher level.
Arguably the biggest stage of all.
It is. That's the pinnacle of rugby league. And he stood up and he fucking performed. For him to do it, like, pull out a half like that was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I thought Latrell Mitchell was playing. All right. Anyway, so completion rates, 94% Penrith
Oh, shit, man.
to 63%.
And once again, 8-6. How?
I had no idea.
How?
I have no idea. All right, with all that said, I've got it written right here. 2-point lead only for halftime at Penrith. All right? And now we get into the second half, which honestly, the second half is probably the greatest half of an NRL grand final I've ever seen.
Of all time. Even in general,
That second
man,
half.
It's
that
up
was
there.
crazy.
It's up
That second half is number one. It's better. It tops Broncos Cowboys for a half. One half of football. Because
Greatest half,
everything happened in that half. Everything.
No, I agree, yeah.
It was
that crazy.
unbelievable, right? 5 minutes in, okay, Mem gets the ball as first receiver. Looks up and he just fucking stares Lindsay Smith straight in the eyes. Went to him, I'm going to fucking cook you.
And took him on.
Because he bounces
And
that.
Tunga left him for dead.
Tango fucked up. Tango left way too much space between him and the big man.
I caught it straight away. I
Did
go,
you
look at
say it?
Tunga.
Straight away.
Straight away. The replay, Tunga had nothing to do with Smith. Left him alone.
Tango left him. And then
You don't
Smith-
leave someone as slippery as Mem
Mem.
1-on-1 against the second row.
And but I forgot how fast he was. What the hell was
Right,
that?
so
It's crazy.
yeah, that's what I'm leading to.
Fuck.
Steps Lindsay Smith, the poor fucker. goes straight through. Fucking looks what's his name? Edwards directly in the
bounces
eyes
in.
and says, "Brother, I'm gonna fuck
Yeah,
you."
and how did it's like Edwards like, bro, was not ready for it.
No, because bro, even me, I'm like, okay, who's in support?
It took him a second to
That's
react.
and that was Edwards. That's what
Took him a
happened.
second
Yeah.
to
100%,
react.
'cause
He thought he was gonna run that in. but he
There's
didn't.
no way you're thinking
Take him on.
he's gonna take me on. There's no way Edwards thinking this kid, 20-year-old, is gonna take me on. And he fucking took him on and he absolutely pumped
blitzed
him.
him. He blitzed him.
Unbelievable, right? Goes down, scores in the corner. Adam Reynolds converts, 12-8. Broncos lead early into the second half. 11 minutes in, this is when Luai got pulled off for his shoulder injury. All right, so, and that was a big thing, like, shit, you know. Cogger came on, done nothing,
For the start.
Just done his job.
but done his job. Right,
That's it.
done exactly what he needed him to be. He had to be like a second tier to Cleary. If Cleary needed him there, he was there. That was it. You let
good
Cleary run 100%. All right, Broncos start to dominate. The ball goes to the right and finds Haas. Shrugs off a few players, standing in a tackle, flick pass.
Of course.
I can't remember who he flick passed it to. And Ezra Mem gets the ball again. Who's in front of Ezra Mem this time? Isaiah Yo. This is Isaiah, see you, brother.
Slices him.
That
Absolutely
left foot,
mopped
that was
him.
a sharp left foot, man.
Absolutely mopped him, bro. Yo was literally like that.
Had to slap tag him.
Clutched straight at thin air.
Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was.
But that
and
takeoff, what was that? Just step boom, like
but
straight
that's,
through.
I was saying on the podcast, I feel like if Broncos offload, if their offload game's on, it's
course,
going to
yeah.
cause them so much,
And it
much,
did.
And that's what it done the last 3 weeks.
100%. And
Slice teams up.
but Ezra, man, wow, right? So 6 minutes after he scores his first try,
Scores it.
steps off his left, goes straight through, scores his double. All right, and then you're going, fuck me, what is happening here? All right,
Best defensive team is being ripped to shreds right
ripped.
now.
They were getting ripped
And it's by
apart.
one player. He's staring.
Yeah. That's
Ripped
that one
apart. Yeah. All right. Set after points. Broncos spread the ball left. It gets to Walsh, who steps Cleary, leaving him. When he stepped Cleary and I seen Cleary on the floor, I'm like, wow. Do you remember the step he put on Cleary?
Yes, he shot out.
And
But
Cleary still
Yes,
went for
that's
no,
why he
why
fucked up.
Cleary shot out?
and
I
Cleary
don't
still went for the
understand.
tackle, done nothing.
Yeah, but
He jumped on his legs.
who?
Cleary.
No, completely missed
No,
him.
he broke his ankle.
He fell. He was on the floor. He's
Oh,
like,
so he didn't actually go for the tackle.
no, he tried
tried, he
to,
was-
but he
Yeah,
got
that's what I'm
stabbed.
saying, yeah.
But
Right?
he shot out for no reason. He had a 3-on-3.
So that's when Walsh finally started to do something in the game when he was running, right? Then this is straight after points. And I thought at this point when,
That's 2 minutes after the previous try.
yes, all right, it was straight after. Like they
Next
kicked
set,
off.
next set.
They kicked off 3 tackles later. On fourth, they spread
They
left,
found their
They
groove,
realised where the
man.
weak link is. They realised
Wow.
straight away.
right? Steps inside of fucking Cleary, leaving him on the floor. And at this point, Cleary had done nothing all game except for kick 2 conversions. That was it. His runs were low. Everything was
Everything,
low,
yeah.
right? Steps off his legs, goes straight through. Walsh draws in Edwards, pops it to Mam, scores the fastest hat trick in NRL Grand Final history. So no, I think it's only been done one time before that.
Because it'll be a long time before it happens again, bro.
Yeah, it's
Scoring a hat
such a
trick.
rare.
The last time it
rare
happened was
anomaly.
long time ago.
2008.
Was it?
Yeah. What's his name? The winger, the Manly.
David Williams.
No, the other one.
Shit.
Brett Kite.
Is he Polynesian?
Let me search it up because I have to get
His
it.
name Blake.
No, he's white.
Scott Donald?
No. Oh, this guy.
You have no idea who Scott Donald is, eh?
Tamana Tahu.
No.
Justin Hara.
Like white. Has to have try scorers.
I'm trying to remember who he is.
Michael Robertson. Michael Robertson. This guy, do you remember him?
Even if I want to remember, I can't.
Yeah. No, he scored a hat trick. So he's the one that flicked past the ball back into Menzies.
Oh, for that final?
Yeah,
okay.
for the final try, okay? So he was the last player to do it. Sorry, we just went on a mad tangent. All right? He was the last person to score a hat trick, 2008. So it's been what? 15 years.
Is that when they won 40
Quick
0?
maths.
They won
That's 40 nil.
42
against the Warriors
Against
Melbourne.
Melbourne, cuz.
in the grand final.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro.
Melbourne, 40 0.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of 2011.
Yes, that was Melbourne Warriors. All right, so fastest try in NRL Grand Final history, fastest hat trick in NRL Grand Final history. At this point, 24 unanswered points by the Broncos, literally shot out of a cannon. The first half of the second half was one-way traffic. Penrith looked like they were still in the sheds.
They couldn't stop it, yeah.
It was unbelievable. This is at this point, Ivan Cleary threw on Leota, brought him back on, and threw on Fisher Harris. And wow, did that game change. All right, 62 minutes in. All right, ball comes out Penrith right side and Cleary. Literally, this is when he said, I've got to fuck a step up here.
Before we get there,
Yeah.
did you think for a second it was over?
No, yeah, I did.
I didn't.
I don't know
I
if you remember. So
I don't think so.
Penrith
I did.
kick
I thought
off
it was
again, and Broncos again come down.
Yeah.
But the ball hits the ground this time
Yes.
from Walsh or someone. I can't remember who it was.
Yes.
That's when the game changed. If they score that set, it's over.
It's done. They did one more. I didn't think for a second it was
18
over.
minutes to go.
I didn't think it was over. For a second, you didn't think too.
I did. I honestly did. 18
Because
18
24-8
I
in
didn't
the
say
grand
it.
final.
It's
is big.
massive.
You're not talking about Titans versus
Okay, do
Dolphins.
you know what? The only thing that sort of
18 minutes to go.
the only thing that sort of didn't tell me it was over was just the look of the Panthers, of the players.
No, they look
but you gotta
great.
remember-
They didn't look. They looked
Hey,
tired,
they
but
did.
not
You
You gotta
once
remember
they
at
looked
this
like they were
stage-
done.
At this stage, Targo's gone.
Yeah,
Scott Sorensen's gone. Isaiah Yo's gone. Jerome Luai's gone.
Yeah,
At
they
this
all-
point,
yeah.
when Ivan Cleary's like, all right, that's it. Let's
And
have
Cleary
that
was still chilling.
Cleary was on another level. But everyone else around him looked like they were done. Bro, 18 minutes to go, 16-point difference.
It's massive, man.
That's nearly a point
It
a
is,
minute.
It is. But
And also talking about Isaiah Yo coming off. Did you see what Brandon Smith said today?
No, what do you say?
And it was like one of the smartest things I've ever heard him say in my life. He was like, Broncos, so how much? They scored 8 points, Penrith.
Yeah.
All right. And they'll shit try. Brandon Smith said, and it's so true, he's like, when Isaiah Yo was on, it's one play. Even in Origin, it's Penrith, same exact play every time. Broncos defended it like it was nothing. The second Isaiah Yo comes off, Penrith throw it to the wind now. Nathan Clear has to get it, and Jack Hogg has to get it. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Look how
you
much
have
it
to play with
changed.
your halves.
It opened up. Broncos
And
didn't know what to do
that's
anymore.
my problem with Origin as well. The Isaiah Yo thing. That's why I can't stand him.
And Broncos dominated it.
Yes, they
As
did.
soon as he gets
until they
injured,
changed it.
look what happened.
I agree. All right. This is when the comeback happened, right? So, ball comes out to Cleary. He goes straight through a grab and he palms off Capewell. Draws in Walsh, and who's there supporting him? Man of the moment. Honestly, I think if Cleary didn't win the Dally M or didn't
had
have
to
that
be him.
last 20 minutes, it would have been Leota.
Clive Jetcher, you mean?
Yeah. What did I say?
Dally
Dally
M.
M? Don't worry about it.
Close
Dally M,
enough.
Sean
Close
Johnson's,
enough, close enough.
which we'll talk about very soon because we haven't yet. All right. He goes through, scores under the posts. 24-14 at this point. 16 minutes remaining, right?
And the game's back on.
Yeah, it's automatically.
And you're
Automatically.
thinking, wow, like, all the Broncos have to do is defend, right? All they have to do is defend.
Sounds much easier.
They kick off, right? Broncos kick off. Third tackle, Cleary gets the ball, 40-20.
Like
We
why?
were screaming at this point. We were going, what the fuck is
We're
happening?
going
here?
nuts, man. You couldn't
Guys,
believe
how
it.
much of a hard cunt do you have to be to do that? Third tackle, you're losing. And you know what? I'm sending it.
Did you see his face when he kicked it? Just so relaxed.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
Yeah,
I
'cause
do
this
this
is my
every
time.
day.
Because why? You can't get too excited.
he's
yet.
going to own it, bro, and he owned it.
Guys, that was unbelievable.
out.
Just the big players stand up at the right time, right? And he literally stood up, kicks from his 30-meter line. It bounced next to the fucking Broncos' 10-meter line. It was such a good kick.
And you knew if they scored off that,
It was, yeah.
it was basically Panthers.
When
game.
momentum was done.
They were yeah.
Because that momentum was
Far
normal
out.
heading to Penrith's way.
So Penrith play up until last tackle, and Leota gets the ball with a full head of steam, all right? So they played on that last tackle, full head of steam, right? Hits the ball short of... Who was the guy that came on and played hooker?
Smoothie.
No, for Penrith.
Hooker.
There was at one point Mitch Kenny got benched. I can't remember who it was. But someone was playing hooker, hits him short, and Kobe Hetherington just throws his body at his feet,
oh, bro.
a meter out from the try line. And at the
When he thrown it back, he thrown
That's
his
the
back.
one, yeah.
Almost took his back out.
Yeah.
Guys, what a hit, but.
he literally put his body on
His
the
whole
line.
body line, yeah.
His
yeah.
whole body on the line, a meter out. You're tackling Leota, who's a fucking tank on legs. It was unbelievable. He's a freak, that guy. He's so big.
And what did he do? He got back up straight away and just played the ball.
Got
Like
back
nothing
up straight
happened.
away. Yeah, no,
Like
it
it's
was,
no
it
one's
was a
business.
handover. It was
handover,
ours.
bro.
Yeah.
I seen that. I'm like, all right, Broncos here can control
They still want it, yeah.
can control the tempo of this. All right. So what was I up to?
Leota run.
Oh yeah, Leota run. All right. So Broncos make a mistake on the halfway line of that play. So this is again they fell back into what they were doing in the first half. All right. Of that play, they make a mistake. I think it was Jesse Arthurs this time. Right. He drops the ball. Okay. Penrith play through the set again. 10 meters out to the try line. It was a beautiful little block play. Gets Crichton one-on-one with Staggs.
Wow. The way he held him off. And the way Cobbo and Reece Walsh just ran into each
It
other.
was unbelievable. He showed so much power, so much strength. 1-on-1, gets on the outside of him, holds him off, and then just slams the ball on the ground. Looks like a prime Matt Utai, the way he slammed it.
Yeah, always goes back to my use.
What was that saying?
I do love Matt Utai.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was bracing for impact for Cobbo. But then Cobbo got taken out by Reece Walsh.
Reece Walsh. He just came across and pumped him. All right? But, like Crichton's last, 15 minutes were elite. Two forced dropouts. One of them led to the winning try.
They started getting involved, man.
Yeah, that's what it was. They started giving him early ball. He got one-on-one with Staggs, who's, bro, pound for pound, one of the strongest players
One
in
of
the
the
league.
strongest. We've seen his strength many times.
Unbelievable. And he held him off like he was nothing. Held him off and then still had the ability to slam the ball down and celebrate. I'm like, fuck.
Relax, guys.
Wow.
It's Panthers game.
It was unbelievable, right? And then that made it 20 to 24.
And that's 4 tries in 4 grand finals for Stephen Crichton.
First player to ever
What a
do it.
tank, yeah.
Honestly,
No.
No, it is. He was equal third. And now he's the first person to score in 4 consecutive.
Oh, is this the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It was
sweet.
equal third with someone from the Eels, I think.
Brett Kenny. Yeah, Brett Kenny. All right, so yeah, first player to ever score in 4 consecutive grand finals. To crack a record to have. He's going to make it 5 next year.
Because who's he laughing at?
At this point of the game, 20 to 24, 10 minutes to go. All the wind was in the sails of the Penrith Panthers. They were marching home, all on the back of fucking Nathan Cleary, right?
100%.
That performance was unbelievable, right? So we'll talk. Let's finish this game, and then we'll talk about Nathan Cleary. Ball comes out to Crichton on last, and he puts in this little grubber kick, forcing a dropout. Like I said, that was the second one of the game. 3 minutes to go on last. Ball
His
comes out
kicks
to
were giving
Cleary.
him all sorts of problems, man.
Killed him. One of them was like a little deft chip. Another one was like a
A little grubber, like
little
those
grubber,
ones that you
literally
do
one bounce.
backyard footy. You
I
know,
swear, and then you chase it, you run around the cone or something. That's literally what it was,
Yeah.
but it worked. It's
and that chip was so deadly.
unbelievable. But it's simple play, bro. It's simple.
It is. It's not buckling. It's just simple.
It's just
a
simple. Like, let's
play,
keep it simple.
And it works.
100%. All right. 3 minutes to go. On last, the ball comes out to Cleary. There's nothing happening on the left. There was 4 Broncos
yeah.
to 3 Penrith.
I got
players.
angry when they went left. I was like, no.
I was saying that too. I'm like, but Cleary's calling for it. Like, if Cleary's
If
calling
Cleary's
for it,
there, man, you got
the way he was playing, but he gets the
You have to,
ball,
you have to, yeah.
massive left foot step, and it just parted. Like Moses parting the sea, my friend, straight through. That was unbelievable.
Wow, what a moment.
You started screaming.
What a moment.
That was unbelievable.
Because, again, look, where the fuck is Reece Walsh? Why is he close to the post?
Yeah, you can't say anything about that.
You serious?
He should have been there, yeah, but it's
That's what I'm saying.
literally
What was he going to do, though? Yeah, so when he took that left foot step, all the forwards chased.
left foot step. Oh yeah, Cleary. No,
You can't just add shit. Go.
yes.
Go. All the forwards were chasing.
I'm not cutting this out.
All the forwards were chasing when Cleary took that left foot step,
Yeah.
And that's why he was out of position. Reece Walsh wasn't even there to begin with. That's right, yeah.
He does get there at the end.
He does, but when he done that, all the forwards chased him that way, and there was just a massive gap, just like he said. So what was Reece Walsh going to do?
That is true.
Put his body under him?
But it was 10 minutes,
Being
10
the
meters out.
He was.
As well.
Oh, I wouldn't say 10 metres.
Or less.
Yeah, it was less.
It was
He
less.
was less, but he was... I don't think he's going to
I don't think Reece Walsh could have done
No one got a
anything.
hand on him.
I don't think Reece Walsh could have done anything there. Anyway, so he steps through, scores under the posts, 26-24 with 2 minutes to go. The last play, right? 30 seconds to go. Broncos have one last chance to make something out of it. Reece Walsh gets the ball, throws a stupid offload, lands in the hands of Sorensen, runs down, gets tackled. Game over. Penrith sealing the three-peat, I should say. Sealing history for Penrith Panthers, or for the Penrith Panthers. The greatest team of the modern era.
Easily. And the greatest comeback ever.
Yeah, so all those people on TikTok who were disregarding that comment.
Well, some people were saying, yeah, they are. Some people
Especially
were saying
Luke
no,
Thompson.
Well, who was denying that?
Well, no, on TikTok is not Luke Thompson.
Oh, he's not?
No,
Oh.
Josh Thompson. So Moe said that he doesn't think they're the greatest team of the modern era.
Who does he think?
Melbourne.
Roosters.
He said
What's the modern
Melbourne.
era?
Since 98.
They are 100%.
This has to. You go off
Well,
premiership
you
wins.
go off,
Cause
no, you just
what-
go off accomplishments.
Cause
And
what
accomplishment
more-
A
is...
premiership wins.
What more do you want? Well, what do they have to do? You
What
tell
is
me.
it? Is
I
it
think when people argue is they can't fathom the fact that Cripper Cronk and Slaters and the Smiths, this sort of players were in these teams. So they can't really, their pride just can't let them put a young Penrith side over these sort of players.
Yeah, but that's
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It is, but no, they try to
resume speaks for
comment.
itself.
They try to comment like Emoji will put Penrith with that Storm side. Like you can't talk about that.
You can't say that.
It's separate. You can't.
It's whoever you're playing against, right?
Like yes, Melbourne did have a harder era in those 10 years, bro.
But they did. At the end of the day, they never done a three-peat.
Exactly, that's it.
They never done a
It's that
three-peat.
simple.
Penrith just done a three-peat. 4 grand finals in a row. First one they lost, they've won the 3 since. And fuck, next year they're going to be fucking hard to stop.
100%.
It's fucking crazy.
Well, they're only losing Spencer Lemieux in Crichton.
Spencer Leniu, Crichton, Jack Cogger.
Salmon.
Where's Cogger?
Salmon.
Where's
They're
Cogger?
losing a bit
Cogger's
of
going
depth,
Newcastle,
but they'll
I
gain
think.
more.
But yeah, he's going. Yeah, bro,
They'll
they're
gain more. They'll gain more.
and their junior system.
Yeah.
It's the junior
Jet
system. It's
Cleary.
what made them.
Jet Cleary's coming
apparently-
up.
Apparently he's ready, yeah. So
And that's why there's a lot of talk about Luai leaving. Imagine 2 Clearys in the halves.
Well,
I say Luai leaving.
This
He's
game,
leaving.
this
Luai's
game,
leaving.
and many games before this proved they don't need Luai.
Yeah.
But I think out of loyalty, they're gonna throw something good at him,
They're
just
gonna,
out of pure love.
they're going to offer him something.
But he doesn't deserve more than 600.
Guys, clubs are going to offer
No
him a million.
way.
No.
Watch a club offer him a million.
No way in the world.
But they are.
Watch,
No,
they will.
another club?
Another
Yeah.
club
Oh
will.
yeah, Bulldogs.
And he'll go.
Bulldogs are gonna throw dumb money at him. Watch.
I reckon he
Watch.
comes
Everyone,
to the
I'm not saying
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
I reckon
I
he
honestly
does.
You
think
just have
he
a Penrith
comes to the
connection
Bulldogs.
now.
I don't know why.
You have a Penrith connection.
I'm
that's
just
why.
so scared if we sign him because I don't think he's what we need.
He's not.
Yeah.
Well, Saxon and him as your halves.
Sexton.
It's the shittest half pairing I've
You
seen.
might as well keep Burton there. You honestly might as well keep Burton.
I hope we don't.
Luai's a better fire, but it's not.
But yeah, they just showed Panthers don't need him. But I think they'll just out of that loyalty, they'll throw good money at him. Although my loyalty doesn't mean shit, but I think they will. Just the fact that he grew up there, he born and bled through
Yeah,
there.
I feel like they'll give him like 600k, like one of you said. He's not taking that. He's going for $1 million, obviously.
He's going to
Because
go.
Why wouldn't you take that?
Because you've won 3
He wouldn't take
premierships.
600.
Why? You think Ivan Cleary won't
Because you
chuck
might as
something
well
on
go
the
for money
side?
now.
He won't take
You
600.
go for money now.
You think Ivan Cleary won't chuck something on the side? He'll offer him 750 or 700.
Oh, it's different.
Buy him a house on the side.
That's different.
But we'll
we're
never
talking
know
about on
that.
Paper. No, that happens everywhere. Every club does
And I
that.
think it can happen here. If we
Yeah.
look, if we find out that Luai took a cheaper option and stayed at the Panthers, that
there's
means
something
obviously
up.
this happened.
100%.
And expect that.
Because if they
That's what I'm
wanted
trying to
Luai,
say.
he would have been signed by now.
Expect that because they're not losing games with him. He's not costing him games, but he's not winning him games.
That's true.
So he's doing nothing for him other than just being just from the junior system and being part of that family. You get me?
He's a good player. He fits the system. He's the perfect player for Cleary.
But he's only good because of Cleary.
Yes, but
That's what I think.
No,
Out of all
I
respect.
don't think it's just clear. It's the Panthers' culture there. He
No,
suits that.
yeah, and
they've all been playing for like
mates,
10 years.
100%. They all came up through the junior ranks together.
And what he does is not going to work anywhere else.
Yes, I agree.
What does he do?
Because doesn't have
It can,
Cleary.
it can work, but it's not going to win him games because he doesn't have Cleary there to win games.
That's what it is. He doesn't have
Like, yeah, he'll
Cleary.
jump around, but your other halfback is probably some shit kicker like Toby Saxton. Like
Sexton.
Sexton.
I agree. Completely agree. All right, let's move on to Nathan Cleary, right?
Before we move on,
Go.
just a special shout out.
Go ahead.
Special shout out to fucking Adam G. What a
Wow.
fucking referee.
Wow,
Honestly.
what a game
He
wow.
needs to ref every grand final from here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Straight out. Straight
Every
the
big game
fuck
actually,
out.
man.
What did I tell you before we started watching? I said there's not going to be a single error this game.
Yeah, he did. He caught
The
it.
ref is not going to make a single error because Adam G is the best ref we
Wow.
have. And fucking
Guys,
congratulations.
do you remember
fucking
when he
mad
blew his
cunt.
first penalty? Do you remember when
Yeah,
he blew
bro, it
it?
was like 20 minutes in.
And it took a flop, a real
Yes,
flop as
it was
well.
an actual penalty. He didn't make a single fucking error. There's Broncos fans I'm seeing online saying, "Oh, it was Penrith and the ref versus us." What the fuck
They
are you
have to
talking
say
about?
that.
have to. What are we gonna
They
do?
have- they- they
Can't-
can't-
that's
I'm doing the
fucked.
same if it's
They choked worse than the Eels. They have to say
Yeah,
that.
but
Of course, worse than the Eels.
The Eels are known to be
we-
chokers.
This is the biggest choke I've seen.
This is the biggest choke.
it was bad.
16 points to lose it in the last 20 or 15.
It was bad.
That's the biggest choke, and I don't care what
16
Broncos
minutes
fan
to go,
says.
you're winning by what? No, 18 minutes to go, you're winning by 16. That should be game. That's
That should
done.
be.
easy.
That should be, but
But they fucked it for themselves.
and it is Panthers at the end of the day.
Yeah, but, it still
But it's
doesn't
16
matter.
points at the end of the day.
Broncos also found a way to lose that game.
Yeah, that's
Errors,
100%.
Reece Walsh, dead kid.
Broncos right now are going to say anything.
But they won't blame Walsh or the Adam Reynolds.
They
who
won't
gave
blame
the points
themselves.
away.
Or
We,
they'll-
we give a lot of shit, just rugby league fans in general, and even on this podcast, we give a lot of shit to referees.
No, Adam G.
Adam
There's
G,
nothing to say this game.
Adam G.
Absolutely nothing.
fucking absolutely refed it to perfection.
Let the players decide.
100%. He let the players decide the outcome of the game. He fucking put his whistle away. He brought it out only when he had to.
The 2 times where high tackles were made, barely high tackles, they're staying on the ground, bro, and he's just watching them. No.
Get up. There was a few times.
He's stopping play.
Yeah, he
He's
stopped
saying,
play.
Get up.
Get up.
Play the
What
whistle.
about when they tried
Play
to
the game, sorry.
milk the crusher tackle?
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad. That,
And he's like, he's like to him, get up.
And the funny thing is, he gave him time.
He gave him all the time. He gave him all the time, but he's like, I'm
So
playing
he
the
knows
ball.
there's something there, but he's not going to call it. Just get up and play
Because
the
that was
game.
not a crusher.
Yeah.
Okay, he came.
I mean, any other game, it sort of is
No,
a
no,
crusher.
that wasn't a crusher.
He felt
It's
felt
not a
bad.
crusher.
He
But
fell
he
into
felt
him. It's not like he put the pressure on. He
Yeah.
fell into him.
And he didn't even go to the bunker.
But in a
straight
moment
away.
like
No.
that, any ref could buckle and call it a crusher because they can. You know,
No,
Yeah.
he wouldn't do it. He let the bunker do it. He wouldn't do it.
good on him.
And
He's
that-
like, if it's a crusher, he's
Yeah,
calling.
you'll
it.
tell
Good
it.
stuff, Adam G. Respect.
Even the try for Flegler. Had a look at it, went back, awarded it straight away.
Yeah.
Fuck, you never see that. 100%. If
He,
that,
he went with common sense straight away.
yes, straight away he gave it.
His ball, the ball's there.
And his view wasn't the best,
No, but he got
but
enough
he
of
caught
it.
it. He used the brain that refs are blessed with.
That's right.
It took us by camera to say that it should swipe the grass.
Yes.
He didn't say that, Adam.
No.
He's like, the ball's there. It
Didn't
should be a
care.
try.
It should be a try, and he goes up and gets checked.
it.
But he backed himself. So fucking well
Honestly,
done,
what
Adam
a
G.
tank. What a
Well
tank.
done,
Good stuff.
Adam G. Honestly, he better fucking ref all the grand finals and all the origins until fuck someone better comes around.
Until
Do
they
not
learn.
give it to that fuckwit. What's his name?
There's too many of them.
No,
Joe
bro.
Sutton?
No, Aitken.
Atkins.
Ken
Yeah.
Atkins.
No, bro, the other one.
Who?
Bold one.
Sutton.
That's Ken Atkins, isn't it?
No, cuz, what's his name? I forgot his name.
The bold one, Ashley Klein.
Ashley Klein.
Ah, sorry, that's the one I'm thinking
Ashley
of. Yeah,
Klein.
The one
Dude,
that hates Buddha. Well, they all hate Buddha.
Roosters hates Roosters.
he hates
Ken.
everyone.
They all can't stand
Now,
Buddha.
Ashley Klein has made an error with every single team. He makes an error every week. Every week he makes an error.
We spoke about it on the last podcast. Do you know Broncos' record of Adam G is fucked?
Yeah, but that was nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
that's
no,
nothing to
what
do.
did he do?
No, it's nothing. But
This guy's
they
like
never lose him.
he's the modern ref, Bill Harrigan.
Yeah, like yeah, he's the top.
Especially
Bill
like-
Harrigan, no one could say
Look,
anything
throughout
to
the
him.
season, he might have done here and there, whatever. But that grand final was perfection. I could not tell him. I can't tell him to do anything different.
100%.
Nothing.
100%. He let the
Nothing.
game flow. There was a point where the ball had not gone out for around 8 minutes. That does not happen in rugby league.
And not one stop.
Not one stoppage for 8 minutes is unheard of, bro. It's crazy. All right, so at the end of all that, Cleary wins the Dally M medal.
Clive Churchill medal.
I keep saying Dally M. Clive Churchill. I even wrote Dally M. You know, I just can't believe Johnson didn't win it. It's just,
It hurts.
it's mind-boggling. All right, Cleary wins the Clive Churchill. Here are his stats, right? One try, assist, 167 run meters,
fire, let's go.
4 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, and a 40-20
And all in what?
in one half.
One
Oh, half of a half.
last 20 minutes.
All right, that is the greatest 20 minutes I've ever seen for one.
Did you say his
for one
meters,
player.
sorry?
167.
His run meters.
167
Kick
run
meters?
His kick meters were like 555.
I'm sure kick meters will remember. He was just belting up sideways.
Yeah, but it was easy to remember because 555. I didn't even write it down. 555. That was the greatest 20 minutes I've ever seen from any player.
From the best halfback to do it.
Shut up.
Right
Shut
now.
up.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now he is. Right now. he is.
Overall,
Right now he's
overall, is he the best
now
halfback
he
right
is.
now?
Overall, I'm not gonna say no way. He hasn't.
Because
He
people
hasn't.
saying that. That's what
He
I'm
hasn't.
saying.
Look, we just spoke about a team about their resume. He doesn't have their resume yet, but he's well on his way to do it. I don't care what anyone says.
Listen, he's done everything
Except for
like you believe.
He's in
Has
stone.
he done enough to become an immortal?
He's one step away from immortal. That's what I think.
What's
What's
one
that
step?
step?
One step away.
What's one step?
It could either, or it could be one of two: Dally M or dominant Origin.
No, it's one. He needs one more thing, and he has to dominate at Origin level.
If he doesn't dominate Origin, but he wins a Dally M,
No,
you can't immortalize him. Why is that?
No more.
Why? Tell me why. I'm actually. I want to know
It's
why.
different.
Because you think about the Immortals and what they did. You can't
Okay.
just put Nathan Cleary among them.
Because the people.
Okay,
won-
but
he
what
won
Cleary has done in
premierships.
finals is a lot more than these immortals that you're talking about. He's done a lot more than Andrew Johnson has done in finals.
well-
And don't bring up this team around him, this team around. Why? Why does that? If you're gonna, were you gonna say that?
Because Andrew Johns in '97 had the greatest grand final performance of all time.
Okay.
Full game.
And how many grand finals has he won?
2.
2 grand finals.
2.
Cleary has led his team to 3 grand finals in a row.
Yes.
And to 4 grand finals in a row.
Okay, how many Origin series has Cleary won? With the better team. You know New South Wales on paper is a better team.
Well,
Do you-
they've had
hey,
the-
would you put Cleary on par with Cooper Cronk? You're gonna say yes.
I
Honestly,
would.
I don't-
Hey,
Why
you're-
wouldn't I?
Nah,
Yes.
bro.
Come-
What the f-
well,
what, are you
school me.
serious?
Teach me why.
Because Cron.
You told
Why?
me. No, you told me
Tell
why
me
Cleary's
why.
on par with him.
What has
Well, because he won a free-peat. Cronk did a free-peat.
a 3-peat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. The Storms.
Melbourne
the
versus Roosters.
He's won more grand finals, more Origins, dominated on both scenes, dominated for Australia.
Look, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I'm just saying
He
Well,
has
not major,
the
Cleary's
potential.
age, he's only 25.
The potential's there to be the greatest.
25?
Yes, but
He's
he's not.
25 years old.
He has a lot of potential.
Sorry to cut you off. He's accomplished more than any other halfback at this age. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's
That's
all.
not wrong. I'm saying he has potential. It's there.
It's all good, but for him to be
Oh,
an immortal, you have got to dominate Origin. You have got dominate Origin doesn't mean just win one series. No,
I mean, yeah.
every series he's in from now to the end of his career, he fucking better be the best player on the field.
They don't have to win though, right?
It doesn't have to win, but fucking perform. Cause where was he this year? Mitchell, what's his name? Mitchell Moses came in and performed better than him.
Dude, that's right.
Like
that's
us to the point where Blue said, without Cleary, we can't win this game.
100%. Like Andrew Johns.
To that point. Remember
Andrew
that?
Johns
Yes.
rushing back from injury.
Yeah.
And he
Just
won
get
the
in.
game.
And he
And he still won it. I remember.
single-handedly won him the game. That's the greatest Origin performance. He was fucking injured.
Yeah.
And they rushed him
That
back
was on his bad shoulder, wasn't it?
05.
Was his shoulder?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever,
it was a shoulder
whatever
injury.
it was. But
Shoulder.
until that, they say
Look,
that.
all
that's
I'm trying to say, look, maybe I'm jumping the gun. You guys, at the end of the day, you guys are way ahead of me when it comes to this knowledge, and maybe I'm just on the hype train. But the fact that Dally M and Nathan Cleary's name is being brought up at 25 years old, that's crazy. I don't care what anyone's saying.
Young kids have won their
I saw not Dally M, man. You throw me off.
Clive Churchill.
Immortal.
Immortal.
Because I'm not the only one that's saying it. A lot of people are saying it, and the commentators not. And I'm not going off them. I know they've got to milk it sometimes here and there, but I just think, mate, this guy's got something great ahead of him, man.
For now, he's not at that level. Because I think recency bias as well, like because he's what we're seeing, and he's the best. He's the best rugby league player right now,
Easily.
by far.
In the last how many years? Last 5 years.
No,
I wouldn't say
Cooper
that.
Cronk was playing 5 years ago.
No,
Yeah, Cooper Cronk was playing 5 years ago. Cooper Cronk is levels above Cleary, not one level, levels.
I agree.
100%. You can't compare the two.
100%.
Not yet. He has time. If he dominates Origin, I'll be the first one to put my hand up and say, "Fucking oath, immortalize him." But look who's
I
on
don't
the
think he's
list.
going to dominate Origin.
He has to.
I don't see
If
it.
you want him to, if he's as great as everyone's saying he is, I think he's good, but he's not a fucking immortal.
Like club wise, if there was just club immortal, yeah, fucking up, go for
I
it.
don't.
Yeah.
When I say he's immortal, I don't mean the immortals now. I'm just saying they're on that path to being.
No, his name can't be brought up on them.
But you just don't even think.
Not
he's on
yet.
that-
Yeah,
You
his
just
name
don't even
can't.
think right now.
Not
But
yet.
you're hearing a lot of people say it, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do,
the
and
only
it
one.
burns
I've seen
me.
all over social media.
It burns me, right? Listen, Darren Lockyer, Cooper Cronk, Billy Slater, Cameron Smith, Greg Inglis, Jonathan
All
Thurston.
dominated.
Guys,
All.
I can get. There's so much more. So much more.
Did they win besides Origin? Did they contribute to winning the big games for their team, for their club
Yes.
team?
Jonathan Thurston.
But I'm talking like Cleary though, carrying his team, carrying.
Yes, yeah, because so Cleary class is halfway there. You've got another big one. You've got that big one to come.
Yeah.
Because Cooper Cronk, Origin, was unbelievable. He was unplayable, bro, during Origin.
Did he lead the Storms to victories?
Yeah, of course
does,
he
yeah.
did.
He did. But do you remember the
With
team
the
he had
Roosters.
They
around him?
made 4
Cuz
premierships
with the
straight.
Roosters.
And do you remember the Roosters team he had around him?
Okay, Cuz.
Roosters haven't had a bad team in
Look at
15,
the-
20
you
years.
talk about
Look at the
Penrith
Penrith team around him now and their opposition as well.
Penrith
Because
team
back
right now is
then,
the best.
Melbourne and Roosters were coming up against way harder teams, way better teams, I should say.
Yeah, more greats actually. In the, at
That's
the
what I'm
time.
saying.
Okay.
Like now, okay, you look at all them players I listed were in the same era. All
That's
of them were in the
crazy.
same era.
eh?
That's the problem. That's
That's
why they didn't get 3
No,
things.
you're right. You're right.
Who
I'm-
do
look,
you
I'm
see
here
right
to-
now playing rugby league that can become an immortal or is on that level besides Cleary? Because I agree he can. Name another player.
Let's go.
Name another player. Don't worry about it.
There's actually no one. There's no one.
There
Cherry
is no
Evans
one.
was in a better team.
No.
No, not even Cherry Evans. You reckon?
No.
If he was in a better team.
No, but Cherry Evans.
He could have done something.
Please
He could
listen,
have.
listen.
if he won
No,
just
no,
2
listen,
or
listen.
3 grand finals.
No. Cherry Evans, he's been in a good team. He had a good team.
And they
but
won.
Cherry Evans has had games where he's a 3 out of 10.
That is true.
Can you please try to remember a time where
Thurston.
Cronk, Thurston, Smith had a 5 out of 10 game?
They're bad against
Honestly,
6,
could
7s.
never remember. They were all 7 out of 10s. Darren Lockyer with a bad game? No, never. And Darren Lockyer was the best player in 2 different positions.
Fullback and 5'8".
And 5'8".
All right.
Cleary's on his way, but not yet.
rest
Nah,
my
the
case.
potential's there. It's there.
100%. All right. Let's go back to it. So, 50 points scored in a grand final equals the 3rd highest points ever scored in a grand final, equaling the 98 grand final between the Broncos and the Bulldogs. 50 points.
That's a lot, man.
To teams who averaged this season points against 17 and 16.
I'm telling you, I didn't expect Broncos to open them up like that. No way.
We were here last week, right? You said Penrith, I said Broncos, Mo said The only thing we agreed on was it was going to be close.
8 points each of us.
100%. But then we said our scoreline. Mo said 12-4. You said, 16-8.
Yeah, so 20 to 8.
Yeah.
So I was right for a
Fuck
bit.
it. Yeah, well, you got what? At least you were in the 20s.
Yeah.
26-24, bro. What?
That's massive. Man.
That is huge. But that's why it was so entertaining as well.
It's like two mid teams.
Yeah.
Just scoring each other.
It's like Bulldogs Dragons. No, that would be 50-50.
Because, for example, if Para was in Penrith spot, or anyone, I'm sure Para because I hate them, they'll give up at 24.
We saw it last year.
Exactly.
They gave up when it was
Broncos,
equal.
because the way Broncos were going, well, I honestly thought it was going to be 40 to 8 at one eventually. The way they were opening them up.
Completely agree.
Yeah. But then when they turned it around, I was like, oh shit.
But well, man, they showed so much heart. Nathan Cleary, in my eyes, took that another like a step above where I thought he was here. He just went up a level.
100%. That was that. Other years, he did carry. Everyone has a convert. This was a carry.
That was
easy
unbelievable.
to make that last try look though.
Bro, the whole game. When he made that break, right, and set up later, everything else looked like it was in slow motion for him, and he's only
Everything's falling into place.
100%.
That 40-20,
Unbelievable.
He kicked it, didn't even celebrate properly. He just looked around
He ran
and
straight
told his team
there.
to rush
Let's
up.
go.
Yeah, you have to keep the
Told teams
pump.
rush
You
up.
gotta keep it.
What a
And he was
leader.
just calm.
What a leader.
Oh, wow, man.
Unbelievable. At 25, that was such a good performance. And Penrith Panthers, congratulations. As much as I hated it, I didn't want to see him win, but
Thank God. I'd rather them have a Broncos.
Stephen Crichton also had a performance.
Stephen Crichton
Spencer
performed
Leniu had a
very,
mad
very well.
performance when he
Spencer
came on.
Leniu, when he came on for the things he
Yeah,
done,
just made it.
other than his defense,
Yeah.
because he did go missing in
Made a lot of meters though.
Yeah, 100%. But not as
Dragging-
in missed a lot of tackles, but he's a little lazy.
Do you know how many tackles Haas missed?
How many?
0.
Well, Payne Haas is another level.
50,
He was one of their best players.
52 tackles. Oh, no,
No way.
60 something. No, it was
What do
around
you mean
that.
50 tackles.
52 tackles, I think it was.
No
Can you search it up?
way.
Less or more?
Less.
No, I think it was that. It was
No,
52.
because in 65
Maybe
minutes.
42 then. Maybe
In
42.
65 minutes, that many
Check the
tackles?
tackles.
Where are the tackles?
God, I hope I don't look dumb right now. I read it just before.
41, which is still unbelievable.
Still-
65 minutes and they dominated.
0
for a
tackles
bit.
missed. Wow. How many meters?
Well, huh?
How many meters?
Uh,
Because every run he made 20 meters.
213.
Meters?
Yeah.
And you got to remember Penrith dominated
That's a
for 20
fullback.
minutes and then they kept scoring.
Oh, no, my bad. I read the
was
wrong
gonna say,
number.
that's
Where's 150? 150 meters
Fuck, that's still
of
awesome.
14 hit-ups.
Wow.
That's it. What, 11 meters a run? That's crazy. That is
No,
crazy.
he's a gun. We all know he's a gun.
He's unbelievable.
Best forward in the game,
100%.
if not ever. Like,
Ever.
Why did he start the Broncos for? To win a grand final?
Yeah. Well, okay. Do we think the Broncos window's over?
I think it is.
They're losing some gun players, man.
Why do you think it's over?
Look, they're losing Farnworth. They're losing Flagler. Over the years to come, they're going to lose more players. I don't know, man. I doubted them so much, and I ate so much shit. I don't want to talk about them.
I was on the same boat.
I really don't want to talk about them. I just think they don't come to it. They don't see grand final in a while. I don't know why.
What makes you think they don't pull what Broncos did?
Panthers, that's right.
sorry, Penrith,
where they lost
yeah,
the first
they lost
one,
the first one, like,
and
you know
because
what,
they were
we
young,
want
what they have on their side is age. That's why I don't want to talk shit. Like, look, I hope I do see them because they're young. It's a
They're
man.
very entertaining to watch.
Very
But
entertaining.
every year that goes on, Reynolds gets older. And
He's
he'll
only got
get
1 year
injured.
left. They've only signed him for 1 year.
He'll get injured next year.
Well, I hope you don't-
he's buckled.
I hope I
bro.
don't see it.
He's
right?
already. How many weeks did he miss this year?
Exactly,
Through
like-
injuries. What do you
That-
reckon?
that's
You
what-
reckon the window's done?
I don't think the window's done. I just think so. Say this year they had a 20-30% chance of winning. It's gone down to 10. Because now I think everyone's going to fire up again. Because what a shit season the good teams had this year.
Yeah.
So
I do think they were good enough to be there. They proved it. as
100%.
well.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they have one more season. As soon as
in-
Reynolds
as
goes
in-
to win a comp.
Yeah.
When Reynolds is gone, season like
Because
that's it.
they've got an up and coming halfback. They have to buy one.
There's none.
And
We've
say
said it a million
for
times.
3 million on Sam
There's
Walker.
no one. And if there is, Bulldogs are getting him.
Yeah,
If
'cause
there
we're
was
signing-
one,
we
Bulldogs
don't-
would've got him.
No, we don't sign any good ones. What's his
I
name?
can-
He
I-
came from the Broncos.
Because I can see Broncos throwing something at Sam Walker. I can see it. Roosters are saying they
Does
won't
Sam
let
Walker
him go.
leave? Did they go?
That's a thing?
No, I don't think so.
We said it ages ago. Me and Mo, we've been saying
Yeah.
it.
Well,
He's come out and said he won't leave.
You reckon Roosters?
It's not Roosters. It's got nothing to do with
Yeah,
Roosters.
yeah,
It's
but
it's
hold on,
people.
hold on.
Brisbane Juniors always end up going back to
Yeah,
Brisbane.
you said that start of the year.
They all of them do.
That's why I could see it happening, but and if they get him, that's fucked.
Yeah, but do you think him and Ezra Mam works?
Yes.
I don't
Oh,
know.
wouldn't
I
it?
reckon it works.
I reckon the more time,
two running halves.
well, the more time Mam spends with Reynolds, the more he can sort of
Yeah, but
chuck him
Nah,
in.
he
in
can't-
the
the
environment.
can't switch
thing,
styles,
the
right.
thing, Mem's style and Reynolds' style, they suit each other so well. It's exactly like Cleary and Luai, where one person controls everything, and you literally once every 10 minutes you might put in a kick, but you're just running. You're running, or if you want to pass, you pass. It's up to you. That's what Mem's job is, and it just works
Not
so
really
well.
like Luai. I feel like Mem's always in support, man. Luai isn't.
Luai
Yeah,
is just a free option, bro.
I use that example as in they work perfectly.
The way they
together.
were, okay. Yeah.
All right. Once Adam Reynolds is gone, that halfback doesn't exist. Honestly, that
And
halfback
Reynolds
doesn't
goes,
exist.
what? Cherry Reynolds will probably go. Like
Oh my
all the
God.
There's no
halfbacks-
halves.
And
all
Ben
the
Hunt's
halfbacks,
going.
they're all leaving.
Yeah,
bro.
Ben Hunt's gone. There's no halfbacks.
Kieran Foran's leaving. Wow.
We're going,
no
we're going
halfbacks.
into a shit stage of halfbacks, and Nathan Cleary is going to be the GOAT for a while.
Yeah, and that's what's going to
Of
make
halfbacks, dude.
everyone's going to start saying Nathan Cleary
Is the greatest.
greatest of all time because
Because there's
recency
no one left.
bias exists.
Well, that's the best time for him to start dominating Origin now. All these halfbacks are going.
100%.
Because he probably will.
But then Walker's going to Queensland anyway.
Sam Walker's the next one. He has potential too, but we'll see. This year was shocking. Till the
Yeah,
end.
Sam
Till the
Walker.
end.
A lot of things happened. It was out of his control. He got dropped, injury. You don't know, but I do think Sam Walker's a gun. All right, that is it for the grand final review. All right, crazy game,
Beautiful grand final.
unbelievable. All right,
Entertaining at its
it's
finest.
one we're gonna remember for a very long time. All
You
right,
would've watched-
It is not the greatest grand final.
it is not the greatest grand final.
watched the
Someone was
greatest-
saying that today.
Cowboys,
I
Broncos.
was at the greatest grand final.
We were there too.
Oh, yeah, I was there too.
Cowboys, Broncos.
You would have loved to watch that game with my brother.
We would. Oh,
He was jumping up and down saying how much he wished he went to the game, celebrating. That's us, fucking us, remember. After that, he didn't say what.
by the way, his brother's a Broncos supporter.
Well, our
Goes
mate
there,
went to the game.
Yeah.
Apparently there was Panthers.
No. Don't say. Oh, mate, say his name,
Yeah, say his name.
just so he knows.
Mr. Bronco, tell him.
Mr. Shaker.
Yes.
Shaker went to the game. But it's not even about him. He was telling me there's Panthers fans next to him lost hope. They were angry.
Of course they
were
were, bro.
upset.
Cause 24-8.
Everything. It was the mood was 100% Broncos, and they were just down, depleted. And then just like that, he goes, they were flying.
And you know what, cuz? That's why fucking sport is the greatest thing ever.
This is the greatest game of all, after soccer.
Thank you. Wow, that
How's
was
the
a
greatest game
big
of all?
step. All right, yo. But you know, bro, when we were kids, rugby league was the greatest sport of all.
100%.
Rugby, when a fuckwit was being a fuckwit and you could punch him in the face, Wallah was the greatest game of all. When you could put a shot on and lift your team with a tackle, that was the greatest game of all. Not every fucking second play it's a penalty. They ruined the game
But hey,
themselves.
do you honestly reckon they go off what Adam G did in this grand final? Be like, that's how we need to
There's
rest.
so much to
No,
learn.
no,
There's so much to learn. They're not going to.
no way.
But there's so much to learn off that.
Because they
100%.
can pick up rugby league off the ground if that's how it's ref.
100%.
Because that was so good to watch.
100. Where if something's fucking blatant and it's like, oh, I got to penalise this, he penalises
have
it.
to, yeah.
Not fucking Klein, where I want to be on the fucking front page, not the back page, the front
Wallah. And
page.
you know how to talk to him.
Nah.
Doesn't allow no one to talk to
Nah,
him.
it's fucking
Tedesco
so-
cries.
Yeah, I remember he copped it.
Tedesco
He copped it.
cries to talk to him. Please, like he's dad, like it's his dad.
It's so fucking annoying.
Doesn't allow him.
Can't
Mate, I told you to walk up. Mate, Radley.
Yeah, Radley's not even there.
Radley Teddy.
Sorry, mate. Just old habits. All right, so thanks for coming in and filling in for today, bro.
Anytime, my
You'll be
pleasure.
seeing Khaled here for the next 3 weeks, and you leave after that, and then you'll be back for that. Cracked? No, we'll negotiate.
Wait,
What? Are you leaving?
I'm not. I'm leaving on Friday.
Where are you going?
I'm going on holiday.
Okay, let's talk about this after.
Friday coming.
Sorry, guys, I didn't put in my leave.
No, the Friday coming.
Don't worry.
Yeah, the
he's
Friday
not going
coming.
on holiday. He's coming here. All right.
We can work around that.
Please
ready to
like
sit
the
down.
video if you haven't already. We'll just finish. Wait for done.
Yeah. Well, are we done?
Well, this is it. Is there anything you want to talk about? So yeah,
I don't know.
Listen, it's in your contract that you have to be here every week.
Oh, it's my contract.
If I can know if you
What
sign.
contract?
McFlurry contract.
Do we get paid in this contract?
With
Me and,
McFlurries.
me and Bill get paid, not you.
Oh yeah, what am I? All good.
I wish we got paid. Like it, subscribe, share it. Let us get paid. If you own a business and you want to sponsor us as well. We'll put you up on there somewhere. All right. Now, again, thank you. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Sponsor. You need a lot more than a sponsor, bro.
Guys, tell us in the comment section if you like the backdrop. He doesn't like it. I think it's fantastic.
Cheap jerseys from Fairfield.
Wallahi, they're not from Fairfield.
Wow. They talk about your mate's podcast.
Wallahi, they're not from Fairfield.
Right, you're right, man.
Well, bro.
As if they're not. That one right there.
I spent
That
thousands
Man
of
City
dollars.
one right there.
That's the only one that's fake.
It is, yeah?
Yeah.
You can talk about the colour.
Is it?
Well,
Looks like it's
City?
from, what's that?
City?
The start? No, that's Central.
No,
Fairfield.
which jersey?
What, the Fairfield Saturday markets? No, I went there. They were selling them for $20 each. It's too expensive.
That's it, yeah?
No,
Yeah,
No,
look, he's a
cuz
player
they're-
now. Look at him.
they're real jerseys, bro.
That's not a real jersey,
Can't you
bro.
see
I'll chop off
the
my hand.
Adidas and the Puma?
I'll chop.
But it looks nice. All right, that's
It
it.
does.
Okay, so yeah. All right. Again, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome,
you-
anytime. My pleasure.
All right, and please, and you too, of course, Bill. You are a pinnacle of this show. You're the only one that's been on every single podcast now. The only one.
Because I care about these fans. Not
I
like
respect
yous.
it.
These fans.
Well,
What do I think I am, bro?
Yay.
Why is there an ego now? What?
Yay.
All right.
It's not my OnlyFans too, not anymore.
We are a family here. You're not fans, we're all family. All right, you're all my brothers and sisters. Okay, and if you're not a woman or male or female or whatever you want to be.
Don't open up
subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. Go down our description in the description below. You find our TikTok and Instagram. Follow us there. Our TikTok has been popping off, so thank you for everyone who has been following, liking, sharing. It's popping off. All right, and if you haven't already, go and suss it out.
I
Go
think we
suss
should
it out.
ask on TikTok the modern era question again.
What is
See
it?
what they think now.
All right, we'll do
Something
it.
like that.
We'll do it right now.
Something like that.
There's a lot of fickle fans, man.
Even on the YouTube, on the TikTok, we'll put it up. Who do you believe the greatest team of the modern era is? We put up a video a couple of days ago, okay, and there was a lot of people bickering. After Penrith's three-peat, who do
Yeah.
you believe is the best team of the modern era? For me, has to be the Penrith Panthers.
Look, if it's not Penrith, guys, tell us who and why. Because I'd like to read and know why people think another team should
Who
be
do you think it is?
Panthers.
Okay, and who do you think it
By
is?
resume, Panthers.
100% by what they've done. Don't look at, they're
Well, we're
saying
strictly just saying resume.
100%,
literally,
bro,
'cause
a
that's what you can go
three-peat.
off.
A
If you
three-peat.
go history, it's Roosters and Melbourne.
Yeah,
A
like,
three-peat,
if you
yeah,
go
but
history,
even then, cause like
it's really hard to
Roosters-
put it over
No,
them.
you have to
man.
go.
You go
Penrith,
Roosters,
yeah.
Melbourne, and they go, oh, look who they were playing. But look at the team they had. It's every team in their era. These guys, 4 grand finals in a row, lost players every season. Like,
You
bro,
know
don't
what-
forget,
you know what?
Coruscant was such
What
a
a
big
loss.
integral part of their
They
team.
had Mitch Kenny and he scored a
You
try
can't put
from
them
that.
over the Storms, man. What
No,
Storms
you-
have done.
no,
No,
you
I told you, you got to talk
It's
about
hard.
the
I'm telling you, it's so hard.
Three-peat
So I'm
is...
saying, okay,
Guys, but you can never
three-peat.
take that Penrith team and
Storms-
burst against Broncos. You can't do it.
But the three-peat that they've done is harder than anything Melbourne have accomplished. It really is. It doesn't matter the team. Bro,
like
3
you
years
said-
in a row to
like
not
you
lose
said about the whole
motivation.
immortal thing. But look who they're up against. Look who Storms had to go up against.
Exactly.
But
Look
you
who they
can't
went up
compare
against.
Exactly,
the
that's what I'm
time.
Yeah, but look
saying.
at okay. Now tell me, Storm's team. Storm's team. Half the Immortals are listed in that Storm team.
Guys, if you're gonna go like that,
Look, it's
you might,
just
as well
hard.
you might as well go to the Dragons and Eels back in the day.
Yeah,
What
you're
did
right,
the Dragons
you're
and
right.
Eels win? Like 10
Look,
premierships in
a
a
lot-
row.
a lot of
Dragons
play-
at 11
a
in a
lot
row.
of these-
But modern era.
A lot of these fans or supporters, what they're going to say is they're going to go off by the players and the value that these players bring, not by what you guys are saying, just the resume. It's hard. It's just hard to put it behind you. That's all it is.
It's
You have
for
to go by-
me
Although it makes more sense that the Panthers are the best team in the modern era, it just makes because resume
because of
says
what
it all.
they've done. Because of what
Resume
they've done.
says it all.
Because of that. So yes, let us know. Let us know in the comment section. All right. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. Go find our socials in the description below. Like this video. Click on the bell. Share it with your friends and family. And we shall see you next week.
Bulldogs 2K24.
Don't worry about that.
You have to run.
Peace.
Take him in the face, salute!